before we get started. I'm sorry. All right, my name is Lee Goldstein. I'm the trading director at 10-Minute Trades. Remember that all trades we discuss are for educational purposes, and it is possible to lose money trading futures. So please trade carefully, and let's get started. We're in the 10-Minute Trades trading room for natural gas. Okay, so make sure, let's check, take a look at volume. Now I posted on our website under free resources, Ninja Trader tutorials, there's a tutorial on how to make this little market analyzer for volume so that you can make it yourself. There's a little video up there. It only takes a minute to do it. So I'm going to load my volume template in. And then you add an instrument by right-clicking the chart. I'm looking at natural gas 5. And then I also want to look at natural gas 4. That was the previous contract. And you can see that definitely we're trading 5. It's already rolled over. Plus, Ninja Trader gave us a heads up this morning that natural gas had rolled over. Now, if you're watching us on YouTube, if you give us a like and subscribe to the channel, that would be awesome. That would be great. So natural gas, let's look at last week. I got stopped. When I trade one contract, I go for 8 ticks. If you trade multiple contracts, the target is 5 ticks for target 1. So this was last week. Last week that it would have hit the 5 targets. So, I mean, in theory, it was a winner, but not for me because I was looking for 8 ticks and it went 7. Look at that. It went 7 ticks. Pretty incredible. I mean, sometimes it's just bad luck and there's nothing you can do about it. So that was last week. The week before, I made my 8 ticks. Now, natural gas for the past 6 weeks, I would say, has been way more difficult than it had been last year. We got stopped 3 times in a row back, I believe, in February. And that gave us a heads up. Now, that gave me my profit. What happened was it was such a fast move that it had trouble finding the stop, but I was already out of the trade. That was a profitable trade 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago, but you can see natural gas has been going through rougher times than it had been the previous last year. Natural gas really traded quite well. March 4th, that hit the target. I was down 130 before the trade, and I was only down 50 after the trade hit my 8 ticks. You can see it's going quite a bit past 8 ticks most of the time. But because natural gas, when it's working, but because natural gas, if natural gas has been trading as well recently as it traded all last year, I was wanting to up my contracts. But we've had a situation where natural gas was almost on watch. So I don't generally want to up my contracts when the confidence in the movement is not what it was previously. Let me find the DMM. What the heck did I do with the DMM? Did I file it by accident? I think I did. Oh no, there it is. The DMM is our daily trade report. Comes out the day before the trade. Now, last week was a loss for me because it did not hit my target. But it hit target 1 on the DMM. So depending on how you trade it, okay, if you're going to use one contract for 5 ticks, it's a lot of risk for $50. And then March 11th, it was a winner, and March 4th was a winner. But for me, last week was not, because of the issue of target size when trading one contract. Let's go over the setup. Let's check our time. So one of the things we do is we check our time and make sure we're in sync, that our computer is in sync. And the way that we do that is we just simply go to the website, time.is, and click on it, and it will try to put your computer in sync, and if it succeeds, it will give you a message, time is exact. If it doesn't succeed, and you're in the trade room, in the folder, in the folder that says room drive, there's a program called D4 time 531. D4 time 531. It's over here. It's hard to see. I can't get everything over because of my monitor. There it is. D4 time 531. You can download that program. It's Dimension 4. That program, 99.9% of the time, if you can't get in sync by going to time.is, that little program will put you in sync. Okay? It's just a little program that helps to put you in sync. What does it look like? So when you click on Dimension 4 after you install it, it brings up this little box. By default, there is a server that's chosen. And you can choose different servers, okay? But all you need to do, you don't have to do anything, just click the Sync Now button about 8 times, over and over. Click, 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 click. But watch the synchronize line while you're clicking the Sync Now button. And if that synchronized line changes, then that means that you are being synced up to time by the server in that box. Then what you do is you go back and you can check yourself what time dot is. Bingo. So 99.9% of the time, dimension 4 will get you in sync if for some reason time dot is does not work. Also, we have another program, another free resource called Atomic Clock. And that also is a sync program. Okay. And that will help put your computer in sync also. We don't use the Windows method, which is right-clicking on the time and then clicking on Adjust Date Time. And then you get this screen. The reason we don't use it is because usually when you click Sync Now, it just gives you an error and it doesn't work. It's just like a part of Windows that never has been reliable. So we've always used a third-party method to put our computer in sync. Why do we want to be in sync? Well, we want to be in sync because we're trading on time, specific time. Okay? So it's important for us to be in sync. That's why we do it the way we do it. So natural gas, trading the 5 contract. It's a bracket of 5. Let me show you a couple other nice trades. This was a nice natural gas trade. I mean, you can see that it's moving different. And it's been, if you look at an older DMM, you can see it better. You have to go back. If you go back a couple of DMMs, now see if you go back into February, stop, 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 dull. So you can see that natural gas has not been as kind to us as it has been previously. This win for me was not a win because I went for 8 ticks and it only went 7. It only went 7. That's bad luck. But when I trade one contract of natural gas, I'm not really looking just for 5 ticks. I mean, I suppose we can test the DMM that way, but you can see very clearly what happens. And I realize that it's debatable. I mean, our second target is 8. Because natural gas risk has been higher because of that period in February, and because its general behavior has changed, okay? And you can sense that and see it if you trade it. So if its general behavior has changed and you feel that it's higher risk, then it does make sense not to trade large sizes. You know, you trade smaller amounts of contracts to protect your account. So that's the reason I'm trading one on natural gas. So the way that I set the trade up, let me record it also. So the way that I would set this trade up, I right-click the chart and then I go to Strategies, double-click JOBB version 9. And we've got a bracket of 5. I've got one target. And like we said, I'm just going for 8 ticks. Our stop is 15, not 105. The entry time is 10, 29, 59. 10, 29, 59. It's a breakout trade. And I always like to label it. Report. Okay. So once again, that setup, bracket of 5. The DMM shows the way that I'm going to consider trading it. Target 2 of 8 ticks is what I'm using. I could use 12 also, but look, last week it struggled to even hit 7. So I'd like to see natural gas go back to a reliable behavior. If it doesn't, then I'll trade it small. If it goes back to a more reliable behavior, then we'll go back to 2 contracts. You know, you can do 5 and 10. Anywhere, you know, you can go between 8 and 12. 5 and 10 is a good 2 contract setup for natural gas when it's trading really, really well. These markets have been very difficult to trade. So once again, we've got a bracket of 5, 1 contract, looking for 8 ticks, risking 15, entry time 10, 29, 59. And then I'm choosing the account that I'm trading. I label the trade, apply it, and okay it. And when you label it, what happens is it shows up so you can see it, okay? You can see the report. Natural gas is kind of quiet today. You could see it's only down roughly a point, depending what time you're using as your open for natural gas. But it's not super volatile. Well, it's not that it's not super volatile, just at this moment, it's not a huge move. See it, you can't say it's not volatile though. because at 9:10 it made a low, and it moved 40 ticks. Okay? And it moved 40 ticks in a pretty short period of time. All right? Pretty short period of time. And that's what these markets have been doing. They have been moving crazy. I mean, not crazy, but moving a lot. They're volatile. They're quite volatile. So even though if you don't take a deeper dive into what's going on, you would say, wow, natural gas is really quiet today. But then if you go back just a little bit, that's a pretty fancy move there. It was 26, made a new low, and then went and made a new high. And how long did that take? 36 minutes. That's not that long. It's not that long. How many ticks did it go? 26. Wait a minute. It went 25.26 to 25.80. 62 ticks. 62 ticks. It made a low of 25.26, so essentially 5.26, and it went to 5.88. 62 ticks. That's significant. Okay, so you look at natural gas when we got into the room, and you say to yourself, wow, natural gas, not volatile at all. Because from the 6 p.m. open, which is when we start looking at it, it's flat. So you just want to have an idea of what's going on. You have some interesting possible reversal areas. If it gets up to a new high, that's a possible reversal. And then I think on the downside, if it gets to the low, that's a possible reversal. It's pretty far. Probably don't expect that. It's like 45 ticks away. 60, yeah. But the high is very possible on the report. And they're expecting a drawdown of 25 billion cubic feet of natural gas is how they judge it. 25 billion cubic feet of natural gas. And I guess they hold it in tanks, right? Natural gas, you see it being held in a tank. Now, I could set up a reversal trade just looking, say, for one contract, right? One position with a 20 tick target. And you really need a 20 tick stop if you're going to trade natural gas. You don't have to put time in. You put reversal trade in. Make sure you label it so you can see the difference between the two trades. One is not a reversal. So REV, natural gas report. And maybe if it gets to that high of the day and it looks like a safe reversal, maybe I'll consider it. Okay. The other thing I like to do is change my cursor, my crosshair to off. Right click the chart, crosshair off, and that gives me a pointer, because when we're trading natural gas or any reversal trade, you get buttons. And it's much better to enter a trade with the pointer rather than with the crosshair, because you could see the crosshair, it's just not as accurate. Okay. Now, sometimes you just don't have time to trade a breakout and a reversal. Sometimes you do. You can also wait for a squeeze signal on the reversal. See how the squeeze momentum is heading up? Green, 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 green. Then it changes color and is lower. That's a possible short signal. Okay? Now, I don't think the squeeze, natural gas is volatile before this report today. Now, yesterday, I let oil worry me out of the trade. It moved. It had like a candle before the trade that moved early, and it made me extremely uncomfortable, and the oil trade then went on to work perfectly. But we do know that both oil and natural gas have changed in the past 12 weeks, 10 weeks or so. They've definitely gotten harder to trade. There's no denying that. It is what it is. They're harder to trade. It's nobody's fault. It's just the markets. Right? So, but you see how when you label the trades, if you had to cancel, if you wanted to cancel your reversal trade, you know which trade that is. And to cancel it, you just uncheck it. So they're expecting a usage, a drawdown of 25 billion barrels. That's a lot of natural gas. All right, we got about 20 seconds, not even. So it hit my target, and it's such a burst up. Man, is it getting tired there, or is it shooting through? It looks like it's shooting through. I'm not going to take that reversal. It hit my target, but it's just shooting through, so I'm going to pass on that reversal. It was a much bigger drawdown than expected. It may reverse here at R2, okay? It may reverse here. You don't have any signals helping you with this reversal. The squeeze is high volume to the upside, but look, it all depends on where your risk tolerance is. It was just a little bit too intense of a move for me and a little bit too much of a drawdown that I'm going to pass on the reversal today. It may work, but that's my analysis. We got our 8 ticks. I don't like the reversal today. I don't have a signal. You know, maybe you'll get it at R3, right? Maybe you'll get it at R3. Maybe natural gas is starting to trade better. It's looking like it. That was a great report. Got our 8 ticks in a matter of seconds. Okay. If you're watching on YouTube, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so that you can come back the next time we stream live. And we stream live quite a few times every week, multiple times, at least 4. So the reversal, you just still don't have a signal. All right. You still don't have a signal. Let's put it in sim for fun if I can do it quick. Because with those numbers, I'm not that interested in taking a live reversal. Now, if I get a squeeze signal, if this turns dark green, I'm just testing the reversal with a short. But it is risky today because of the size of the drawdown. It was 36 billion and they were expecting 25. That's very big with natural gas. But you could sense natural gas is getting a little bit tired here, right? Now, I'm not going to chase the reversal. I still don't have a signal. And I know that one of our members, Fred, doesn't like this reversal because the moving averages haven't turned over. They haven't crossed over. Fred, would you take that reversal? I'm saying no. I'm thinking no. Fred says no. He wants those moving averages to cross over. I've got a 8 and a 21. Okay. And they're nowhere near crossing over. It's just not the right day for a reversal because a 36 billion drawdown. If you've been watching natural gas as much as we have, you know that that's a very, very big difference in the result. And that could damage your chance of a reversal. And like Fred says, he wants a higher percentage trade, which means a change in the trend. Now you're getting a little bit tired here. You see how it's blinking off and on as a heads up? There's your signal. But again, I'm passing today. I'm in simulation. I could test it, but I would not take it with real money, so I shouldn't really take it with sim money. Okay? You should trade in sim the way you trade in real life. That's the truth. You should trade in sim the way you trade in real life. So I would not take this trade today. So folks, we're done. We took our live trade. We made our 8 ticks. We can watch for a minute or two. We could watch for a minute or two. But you could see it may drop. You may get a small reversal, but it's not the right setup. When it's not the right setup, don't take it, right? Why do you want to hurt your account if you don't have to? Put the odds in your favor. Put the odds in your favor. All right? Folks, I'll see everybody at 12:30. I'll see everybody at 12:30. And we'll be back for the 10-year notes. Okay? We'll be back for the 10-year notes. Natural gas was a very fast winner. Anyone who took our trade got at least 8 ticks. No heat. Very easy. And it helped because this morning's trade was a lousy trade. Okay. I'll see everybody at 12:30. I don't see any questions. YouTube, thank you for watching, and please sign up for our channel and hit the notification bell so you know what time we'll be here tomorrow and the day after and next week for the jobs report. Okay. See everybody later.